I can't even do a fun intro right now. My Little Hikari by Camteen17. What happens is Yugi proposes to Yami. Oh my god. But Yami says no. And then Yugi finds out Yami's been cheating on him for 4 months with tea. This all happens in chapter 1 right now, so I'm emotionally disturbed. Give me a second. Needless to say, Yugi does not take this well. Things get shattered, like my heart. Mirrors get punched, and flesh gets cut. So if that's a trigger for you, maybe skip over that part, or this isn't the story for you. Joey tries to comfort Yugi. Yugi's twin brother Heiba tries to comfort Yugi and may also threaten people's lives. Brothers. However, all of them mistakenly give Yugi the space he asks for, and Yugi tries to forget Yami the only way he can, because Yami is basically just looking at him in the face every time he looks in the mirror. That is actually the only bit I'm going to give you of this story, because that's enough right there on my emotions right now. That's all you need to start reading this story. Okay, and that's like all like in chapter 1 almost, except for a few things. This is well organized, and you always knew who was talking and who was telling the story, which happens to be one of, not a pet peeve, but I mean, I don't like it when it's hard to tell and I have to go back and reread the same paragraph 4 times, because I'm like, okay, wait a second, when did this person start talking? This does not happen in that story at all. You always know who is talking. It's always clear who is the narrator. Love the protective big brother bit. I have 5 brothers, 2 of which are older than me, but even the younger ones are just like, I will kill somebody if anything happens. So for me especially, I really thought the first thought before even Heiba even like really comforted Yugi, he was just like, how am I gonna kill this guy? I think the reaction of Yugi was really well done, because he wasn't only angry, which a lot of times when we think of being cheated on, we think of, I'm furious right now. What doesn't get as brought up, which is the overwhelming sadness and humiliation that one feels from being cheated on and the betrayal. Usually we just get the anger, and in this story Yugi feels all of these emotions, the whole spectrum of emotions that you would feel when you're cheated on, especially when you find this out while proposing to your beloved. For only 13 chapters, the author does a really great job of pacing and dispersing character development throughout these chapters and getting to know each of these characters fairly well. It was well dispersed all throughout, which is hard to do, especially in a shorter story, without it feeling rushed, and I didn't feel it was rushed at all. The story itself was well paced. I didn't find myself bored or skimming through anything. I read each and every word of that story. I know you guys know what I'm talking about when there's something that just gets like too lengthy and you're just like, okay, it's gonna give an action part. This didn't happen in the story at all, which I appreciate, because I don't like skimming, because then I'm like, what if I miss something? It makes me second guess myself. But I read every word of this story and enjoyed every single word. Cons: it was on the short side. I felt it could have been longer, like even like 1 or 2 or 2 or 3 chapters longer, and that is because of how it ends. The story starts off with like a journal entry, and I really would have actually liked to have seen like 1 or 2 more in it, or at least have ended with it, because it would have just like kind of tied it together for me a bit more, and maybe that's just personal preference. I think very light editing, just like anybody needs to do, is just a few words that were misspelled, a few things that just didn't come out right, and they're just like simple words to like to, you accidentally put a P next to it instead of the O because you're typing too fast and stuff like that. The end was almost too neat for me, and that's what I was kind of mentioning before, where it could have been another 2 or 3 chapters longer, because I would have liked to see issues being worked out, because it's super easy to forgive somebody when they've just saved you. And I'm not going to tell you what Yami saved Yugi from, but it is a Yami Yugi fanfic, so we know Yami saved him from something. However, I did still enjoy the scenario, and I felt that it was a good ending. I just would have liked to see more resolve personally. everything is my personal preference in this video, obviously, but I just like want to point that out because I never want to discourage any writers from keep writing. I did enjoy the story, and I did lose some sleep over it because I did want to finish it the night that I started reading it, and so always a good sign that you stole my sleep from me. It's cool. Didn't need it. So how many unicorn stickers are we gonna give this? We're gonna give this a 4 out of 5, only because I would have liked to see more resolve. It did have an ending, but I would have liked to see more resolve in the story, and for me that did take away one of those unicorn stickers. But 4 out of 5 for this story. I did enjoy it. I highly recommend you go and check it out as well because it is a good story, and it's normally Yami doesn't hurt Yuki, and I think it's interesting that this story he's cheating on her. Or I mean, maybe there are more stories. I don't read too many of them. Not many of them come up on my recommendations, and I have a hard time finding anywhere Yami is the one that hurts him, like not even intentionally, but like this. Usually Yami and Yuki are dedicated to each other, and so this was just a really nice twist on that, or a really nice change, because Yami messed up big time. Big time. So we're just going to go ahead and read a quick excerpt from My Little Hikari, and it's going to be Chapter 8, Yugi's POV, okay? And that chapter is called Release. A nurse walked into my room, and Atemu and Heba went dead silent. She just kind of giggled, and I thought a blush spread across her face. Mr. Moto, you may leave, and might I say you are very cute, she said, turning back around to write something on her clipboard. Thank you. Thank you very much, Heba and Atemu said as they escorted me out of the room. They just started mumbling to each other. I was able to make out seriously and whore, but nothing else. Yugi, why did you do that? I heard Atemu ask. I missed Yami so much, and when I looked in the mirror, all I could see was him. It drove me insane, I guess, I explained, shrugging my shoulders. Yugi, I almost lost you. You scared me half to death. I could slap you, Heba said, looking at me. Wait, where is Yami? I asked, looking around. My guess is the waiting room, Atemu chimed in. Guys, why doesn't Yami love me? I asked both of them. Yugi, where did that come from? Heba asked. He left me for tea, but I thought he loved me. Why doesn't he love me? Is there something wrong with me? Yugi, you are an amazing person, friend, and brother-in-law, Atemu said. Wait, what? I asked, looking at Heba, then to Atemu, then back to Heba. Okay, I proposed to Atemu and was going to tell you after we got back from our date, Heba explained. That's amazing news. Congratulations, you guys, I heard come from in front of us. Crud. Just how much of that did he hear? Yami's POV. I was waiting by the door, waiting for them to come out with Yugi when I heard them talking. I can hear Yugi speaking, and I am horrified by what he said. Why doesn't Yami love me? Yugi said. That split my heart in two. I'll let you guys read the rest. Please go and check out My Little Hikari by Camteen17. I do recommend it. I think it'd be a nice poolside read or late at night read while you're hiding in your bedroom. You choose. Feel free to follow me on Instagram and keep up to date on my current reads. Hit the subscribe button if you would like to see more videos like this where I recommend books, do reviews, and I'd like to get some more stuff going on this channel, but we'll see. Right now it's just kind of reviews, and a lot of them are Wattpad fanfiction right now because this is for the 10-10-10 challenge, which I still need to make a video for. Basically, fanfiction is one of my categories that I want to read 10 books in because I think fanfiction is not as appreciated as it should be. Thank you all so much for watching. I enjoy making this video for you. I enjoy you guys stopping by once a week or whenever I get these videos posted. I look forward to seeing you guys next time.